Hi my awesome viewers, I'm back and I have a tutorial on one of my journals that I made. I did it a while back and I haven't been able to show my creations because my youngest daughter has graduated and prom and shopping and among everything else. You just get so busy, especially that it's hot summers here and I live in New England, so one hot day is like wow, exciting for us. Usually is like cold. I mean, yesterday and today has been like the hottest day that we have had. So anyway, with no further ado, here is one of my journals. I want to share all my oops and how I cover, camouflage, however you want to call it, my mistakes when creating. I don't overwhelm myself with these type of things because that is what gives the journal its character. Okay, I didn't name this one. I usually do name my journals, and I want to mention that my journals have scriptures in it. Okay, God has been good to me, and this is one of my ways of sharing His goodness with others. There's nothing wrong with having God in our lives. Okay, so with no further ado, again, here we go. This one has its own name. It's called Together We Are Family. With this one, it's really funny because the cover, I wanted this to be the front. And when I started the book, I started adding my insides, my paper inside, backwards. When I realized that, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't do anything about it. I came across this sheet of paper in my stash and I was like, oh, this is awesome because it has the same design flowers and hey, it has its own name. So I added this and I put ink on here to combine it with the red. The book is mostly all red and black and white. I did the spine. Of course, here is where I put my tassels. I haven't made a tassel for this one because I'm not sure what I want to put on here, so I had to put it down. And that's how I do when I get stuck. I put it down, I walk away, and then I come back to it, and I have a fresh creative mind. The closure, I put 2 gems here into the tassel, and I did a double closure for it with ribbon. Okay, the back is the same thing, but just plain. See the grommets? Okay, so let's go into it. Again, I know I embellish my journals, but I make sure that I leave a lot and plenty of space to journal. This one I leave open, usually the front, because the owner is going to want to put their personal touch in it. And you know how when you buy a book, you usually sign it, put the date that you started reading it or whatever, and that's almost like the same idea. Again, everywhere I put journaling spaces, I just don't fill it up with things. I make sure that there's enough to journal. This is a pocket here. I'm not gonna undo it. Here I did a tuck flip, sort of. I put 2 journaling cards. See, they're decorated, but in the back you could journal, and you journal inside of it. They can easily either write with those, those white pens that can color on, that can write on black, chalky like, you know what I'm talking about. Well, they can use that. That was kind of the theme. I'll read this one for you. It says, "May your troubles be less, and your blessings be more." That's an Irish proverb. So admiration here. Again, there's more to journal, and again I have to put my inspirational scriptures in it. You open it, flip, and here there's a flip again, and you can write in it. Here I kind of did these, and I left them open for the receiver to decorate them as they please. Journaling spots. Here, a lot of tags, journaling spot. Again, that's what a journal is, right? It's to journal. So you have to, even though you decorate, I mean, your main idea, your main goal is to make it a journal. So here, I kind of love this idea. You kind of put them sideways, and then you can slip whatever memorabilia you want to put in there, you know, like movie tickets, a little note your child left, your boyfriend, your husband. And then at the end I put little tiny beads, kind of color coordinated everything. And again, you flip it open, more journaling spots. I'm trying to stay within the phone camera. Here again, here's a, I love to use those pens. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on, I'll get you the pen when I'm speaking of. These pens, these are the pens that I'm talking about. And you take them and you draw, and see how pretty? Okay, bingo. That's why I put those in there. Here, this is such a, everybody's into these, so I always usually tuck them in there, you know. Again, these I did this way, open them up, and there's 2 levels. This one, I love these flips, you know. Again, here they could put their personal touch, and I have to leave some stuff blank so they can add. These are made, if you can see it. For some reason my phone is like so far. This is another pocket. I love pockets. Another journaling. This one goes up this way. That's for the glitter girl. Here again, this one. Again, more. And to be honest, it's not really that chunky, you know, unless you're gonna add stuff. Here is the same thing. I did this belly band, but I wouldn't call it like exactly a belly band because I didn't go completely around the page. So I don't know what you want to call it. I put a little address book in here, and it has its own pockets. Put some journaling pages with the paper. I love making these. They're so much fun. And again, another flip. This one, open it up. That's a greeting card. I don't know, I've had it in my stash forever, so I stuck it in there. No, yeah. This one, I love. That's actually a button, and I cut the back and glue it on there, and it kind of goes with the paper. And then this one flips up. It's like each page has like almost its own character, its own personality. That's what I love about these, because I mean, I don't think, okay, you know, I'm gonna collect this, I'm gonna collect that. I just do one page at a time, and whatever comes up, that's what comes up. In fact, with this one, I kind of just, you know, chose the colors. That's about it. But I didn't go around choosing the papers ahead of time. I sat down, I did 1 or 2 pages, and that's how I create my journals. And I always leave the cover for last. It's almost like the shoes. Here again, this is a pocket, and what I did here, I sewed it up. I don't know if you can see it there. I sewed it across, like I made little holes, and then I just weaved the ribbon through. Here I did these little envelopes, and I put little notes in there, you know. Maybe it'll be like an emotional envelope. Today I feel happy, glad, sad, again. And then I flip it, and I love this one. See it? Okay. And then I put a couple of tags in here that they can do their own adding of ribbon or yarn or whatever it is. Again, plain. This one's pretty too. You can actually journal across there. Flip it open. Same thing. Journaling here. Any choice that leads you away from God leads you away from the life your heart truly longs for. This one says, every minute is filled with choices. Choices that draw you closer to God or further away from Him. So these are the type of quotes that I put in. This one I kind of came up with it. I wanted to, with my journals, I want to step out of the box. And so I went this way, and I did 4, and the same thing with the other one. And then see, whenever you see this here is my boo-boos. It was open, the spine opened up, so I placed a paper that would hide the spine. And then the back again plain. So every time that you see, you know, in the middle that is open, I want it to go to, I had notes here. I wrote in my notes, place the grommet eye before decorative paper. So on here, what is that? Which one? On here, see how the paper is there, right? And on the middle, I messed up, and I put the paper after the grommet. So, but you couldn't even tell. You think that would purposely. That was not my intention. My intention was to make them all even like that. But that's what I did. On some of these, I put the embellishments upside down on the page. On some of these pages too, I put some of the journaling pages upside down. This, yeah. First to last page here. So that's what happened. It was upside down. When I started like this. And then when I realized that the book was upside down, I was like, oh boy. So I had to close it up and start this way. Okay, because when you rip out the pages, the book kind of how do I explain it? The book gets its own curve, sort of. So you have to flip the book and start ripping from the back. I'll do a tutorial on that one of these days, so you can understand what I'm talking about. On here, the reason I did this, and I'm going to be honest, because I said at the beginning that I did put them both there, but I didn't explain why, was because when I first did the first hole, okay, I see it wasn't centered. So I'm like, okay, how do I fix this? So I came and I did another hole, and then I put a bead here to hide the ribbon because the ribbon was too thick. So I put it in there, and that's the closure I came up with. And I wanted to give you a tip. Sometimes you want to stain the paper, right, around, and you can't really get in there with any of your tools. Okay, Okay, even the daubers, the finger daubers, you can't. So what